The story kicks off in the United Kingdom. On this big historical island, life was going on as usual. But suddenly, one day, people's minds just snapped. They started attacking each other like they had gone crazy. Most folks got hit with this disease, but some managed to survive somehow. It was named the Rage Virus. This virus spread across the entire island of the United Kingdom. The whole world cut off all travel to and from the island to stop the virus from spreading, and even the survivors were just left there. 28 years have gone by since that happened. The survivors are living in small, isolated communities. In one of these towns, a dad wakes up his son, Spike, and tells him today's a big day. Outside, other people are busy with their chores. They don't have any tech, so they live like folks used to back in the day. Spike gets right up and gets ready, packing his stuff. See, today is the first time Spike is going to go into the infected area. He's heading out with his dad to look for food, and once he goes on this hunt, he won't be a kid anymore, he'll be a man. His dad, Jamie, asks if he packed everything. Spike double-checks and says yeah. As they're eating, they hear a noise from the other side of the house. Spike's mom, Isla, is up. Jamie goes into her room first, and Spike follows. His mom apologizes for not being able to help them and gives Spike a hug. She says she's had a terrible headache since the morning. She tries to act okay, but it's obvious the sickness is taking over. After putting his mom back in bed, Spike and his dad, Jamie, head out. As they walk through the village, people come out to say goodbye. Some give him a word of encouragement, while others just nod in respect. One little girl even gives Spike a piece of fruit. At the town gate, their leader, Jenny, is waiting for them. Jenny reminds them of the town's rules. She says once you go outside, you can come back, but if you don't, nobody's coming to save you. We learned this the hard way, she says. A lot of people went out, and most didn't come back. So once you're on the mainland, you're on your own? Got it? Jamie and Spike agree. Then Jenny asks the watchman, Ant, if everything looks good. He says it's quiet and nothing seems off. After hearing that, Jenny orders the gate to be opened, and the father and son head out. They don't have any guns, just arrows and knives. As they're walking, Jamie asks Spike some questions about their route. Spike explains this is their bridge, and it's the only way they can get to the mainland. He says the path only shows up when the tide is low, and when the tide comes back up, the road will be underwater, and so will they. Jamie tells Spike they only have 4 hours before the tide gets too high, so they've got to get out on time. The two of them carefully make their way forward when they spot a deserted area. Jamie says this is where they get their fuel. He says one day Spike will have to work here too. Then they climb to the top and see a huge, empty field. Spike is amazed. He's only ever seen their small village and has never seen such a big open space. Spike asks if other survivors have made their own towns too, just like them. To that, Jamie says, not to think so much, just be happy with what you have. Then they walk on toward the forest. In the distance, they see something moving. It's a huge infected person. His body is all twisted and gross, just weird and scary. Jamie points to him and tells Spike what to do. He says if you see one infected, it means there are probably more around. He explains that every kind of infected person has a different way of being killed. This one, he says, needs to be shot in the neck. The infected dude is burning in a weird way. He's got fungus and some gross, sticky stuff all over him. His black skin is hanging off, and he looks half dead, half alive. He's dragging himself on the ground, and pretty soon he starts eating something. Spike gets his bow and arrow ready and takes aim. His arrow goes right through the guy's neck, but then another infected shows up from behind. Jamie sees him and quickly takes a shot. Slowly, more infected people start to appear. Jamie stays calm. He takes them down one by one with a bunch of perfect shots. Then they see a little infected girl. Both of them don't shoot an arrow at her, and the girl runs away. Jamie congratulates Spike, telling him that was a good shot. He asks how he feels after his first kill. Spike is a little shaken up after seeing all that bloodshed. Jamie says not to feel bad. He says, what kind of life were they even living? You just set them free. He says, they need to get out of there fast, because all that noise will bring more infected. Now they both go deeper into the mainland. Suddenly, a herd of deer comes running through the trees. Spike is both shocked and happy to see such animals for the first time. Now they find an empty house. They both get their arrows ready and walk inside. The house looks like someone has already searched it and taken anything useful, but they decide to look around anyway. A little later, Jamie finds a fridge. He excitedly shows it to Spike, and at the same time, they hear a noise from another room. The two of them cautiously walk toward the room. Inside, they find a dead body hanging upside down by its feet. It looks like something has been carved into the person's chest. Spike turns his face away, but Jamie tells him to look closely. Just then, the body starts to move. The man is infected. Jamie's voice gets serious. He tells Spike that he was asking if other tribes existed, and this guy is from one of them. He was hung here as punishment, so the infected people could eat him alive. Spike is horrified to see so much cruelty. He asks why someone would do something like that. What did he do? How should I know? Jamie answers. He tells Spike to finish him off before he gets fully infected. Set him free from his pain and suffering, he says. Spike hesitates a bit, and the guy starts twitching. Then he starts shaking wildly, which breaks the rope, and he falls to the ground. At that moment, Spike shoots an arrow right into his head, and the guy dies. Jamie is happy and says, "Nice, you did the right thing," and they move on. The two of them walk deeper into the forest. They find the torn-up remains of a deer scattered all over the place. Spike is disgusted by the sight. At first, he thinks maybe an eagle ate it, but then they find the deer's head hanging from a tree. This makes everything clear. It means there's an alpha here. Alphas aren't like other infected people. They're stronger, faster, and smarter. They can think almost as well as humans can. Jamie and Spike immediately realize they have to go back. Spike asks if they're really going back. Jamie says, "You already got your kill. That's why we came here. So don't ask any more questions." But Spike keeps asking. Jamie tells him to shut up and just walk. The two of them start to rush back, but it's too late. A few infected people can be seen in the distance, then a few more, and then an alpha shows up in the middle of them. Jamie takes Spike deeper into the forest, and a whole herd of infected people starts moving toward them. The infected have a different kind of walk and are super fast. Jamie immediately confronts them. He and Spike keep going forward, shooting arrows while they run. They have to stay away from the herd, no matter what, or they'll be dead. But now Spike is panicking. The fear has taken over. All his training is gone. Not a single one of his arrows hits its target. But as Jamie shoots arrows at them, he keeps telling Spike how to shoot. But Spike is just too scared. With a lot of difficulty, the two of them make it to an old house and slam the door shut. As the infected get closer, Jamie keeps shooting them with arrows. Jamie and Spike quickly climb up to the top storage area. They seal the whole way up as much as they can. They see that the infected are still looking for them. Jamie lies down. He's totally exhausted. At night, the two of them see the alpha standing in the distance watching them. Jamie tells Spike he's not like the others. He says they can't fight him, especially not with these arrows. They're not enough to kill him. Scared, Spike asks what they're gonna do. To that, Jamie says they only have one option. Just wait. Spike apologizes to his dad for being so scared. Jamie tells him he's crazy. He says, "You did great. Anyone would freak out with a bunch of infected on their tail." There's no way to get back to the island, and the mainland is full of danger, so they decide to spend the night right there. Just then, Spike sees a fire burning far away. He asks his dad what it is, but Jamie has no idea. That night, Spike has a bad dream. His mom is sinking into the darkness. He says her name and reaches out for her, but she disappears before he can help. He wakes up scared, but the real world is also full of danger. The weak floor underneath them suddenly breaks, and a part of the floor they are sitting on starts to fall. They manage to escape just in time, and this close call with death makes them even more determined to go back to their town right away. Luckily, the water on the path is low right now, and a thin road is open in the sea. Without wasting any time, they quietly and quickly head out. As they get close to the island, both the father and son sigh in relief, but their relief doesn't last long. A flock of birds suddenly flies out of the forest. Something's wrong. It's the alpha, and he's running toward them at full speed. They both run, and the island's gate comes into view. They yell out a warning, and the guards on the wall hear them right away and start shooting arrows at the creature. But the arrows aren't enough to kill the alpha. He gets back up and keeps chasing them. Suddenly, Spike's leg gives out. Jamie and Spike both fall to the ground, and the alpha gets dangerously close to them. Just then, the guards on the wall shoot a flaming arrow right through the alpha's heart. The shot is perfect, and the alpha falls. After a quick checkup, Jamie and Spike are led inside. Everyone gives them a big, loud welcome. They throw a big party for Spike. Jamie praises him in front of everyone and starts telling stories about how Spike took everyone down. But with all the noise, Spike's attention is somewhere else. He secretly sees his dad and a woman going somewhere. He follows them and sees them getting close to each other. He's crushed by this sight. He quietly leaves the party and goes home alone, confused and sad. When he gets home, Sam is there. Spike sits down with him and asks how his mom is doing. Sam says she's fine and that she'll be okay. Then Spike opens up about how he feels. He says this party is fake because he only killed one infected person, and he was really scared when they were being chased. He tells Sam everything he saw outside the village, but when Sam hears about the fire, his face changes. Then he tells him about a man, Dr. Ian Kelson, who used to be a very well-known and educated doctor. Kelson went into isolation years ago. If that fire is still burning, it means Kelson is still alive. Spike asks for more information about the doctor because there are no doctors left, but Sam refuses to say anything more. The next day, Jamie comes home drunk, tired of his silence. Spike confronts him. He says, "You know, a doctor lives out there, but you're not taking your wife there. You're just out having a good time with other women." To this, Jamie says it's not safe to go there. He says years ago, during a mission, they went to the mainland to see the doctor. He says the man was surrounded by a bunch of dead bodies, so many that he was just burning them one by one. But he says there was not a single sign of emotion on his face, and he just waved at them to come over. He says they were so scared of him. He says the man is a psycho and isn't afraid of death. Spike asks, what's happening to his mom? To this, Jamie says, "To be honest, I don't even know." Hearing this, Spike gets angry. He straight up tells him, "You don't care about your wife. You're just hanging out with someone else." With that, a fight breaks out between the father and son. Finally, Spike angrily storms out of the house. That night, Spike sets the village's food storage on fire. The people get scared and start trying to put out the fire with buckets of water. In the smoke and chaos, Spike gets a chance to take his mom out of the village. He wants to take her to the doctor so her life can be saved. In the evening, they stop in a part of the forest and make a small camp. They lie down while talking. Spike tells his mom to go to sleep and that he'll keep watch. But slowly, he falls asleep himself. While he's sleeping, an infected person comes crawling to attack him. The infected is only a little way away when someone attacks and kills it. In the morning when Spike wakes up, he's with Isla. Neither Isla nor Spike can remember who killed the infected person. But seeing the dead body, Isla starts to remember some things, like she was the one who killed it. In another part of the mainland, a group of soldiers is attacked. An Alpha is leading them, and one by one, a bunch of soldiers are killed. Only one child is left, injured and groaning in pain. In another part of the forest, infected people are standing in a river. They're walking slowly. There's a pregnant woman among them. Spike and Isla continue their journey on the mainland. Isla is still not well. She keeps seeing strange things. Spike sees that his mom's nose is bleeding. He then sees an infected person limping in front of him. He's very thin and all broken up. He throws an arrow at him, and just as his body hits the ground, the noise gets to the infected people nearby. After that, a small herd starts running after them. Spike and Isla are forced to go into an old gas station. Some kind of gas is spread around in here. It's really hard to breathe. And on top of that, the infected are getting close. Just then, the lone soldier also arrives. As soon as he shoots his gun, the gas catches fire and the infected burn to death. After they get out, they see the man who saved their lives. He tells them his name is Eric. The doubt in his eyes is clear. He saves Spike and Isla because he thinks they're from the island and will help him. Eric wants to leave, but Spike isn't ready to leave his mom at all. The three of them walk toward the forest again. Eric lifts Isla onto his back. On the way, Eric says that his team's ship was broken in a storm in the sea. He was the only one who made it here. All his other teammates died. He says that now his life is also stuck here, just like theirs, because once you come to this island, you can never go back. While sitting and resting, Eric shows Spike a picture of his girlfriend on his phone. To this, Spike says, "Why does her face look so weird?" A little later, the phone's battery dies, and Eric throws it away. As they walk on, Isla starts to feel a little better and begins walking herself. Just then, she hears a strange voice. The voice pulls her to an old train that's surrounded by trees and covered with grass. When she goes inside, she sees something she never would have expected. An infected person who's pregnant is groaning in pain, and her baby is about to be born. So Isla goes inside without thinking and starts helping the infected woman. The delivery is easy, and a new life is born. Soon, she gives birth to a baby. The baby is perfectly healthy and doesn't have the disease. But just as the mom sits down, the disease inside her wakes up and she lunges at Isla. Eric immediately intervenes. He turns to Isla and tells her to leave the baby. He says it's a threat. Isla doesn't listen and stands in front of the baby with him in her arms. She is completely sure that the baby won't hurt her. Just then, an Alpha comes out from between the trees, and in a split second, he tears Eric apart. Spike and Isla see this and run. The Alpha is right behind them. Just as he's about to catch them, a man comes forward. It's Dr. Kelson. He blows into a pipe and shoots a dart right at the Alpha. There's something in the dart that stops the Alpha right in his tracks. He falls down, unconscious. Kelsan immediately lifts Eric's head, and that's when Spike finds out that this man is Dr. Kelsan. He tells him his name and says they need his help. Dr. Kelsan takes them deeper into the forest. Then they see something they never would have expected. He's made a huge pyramid out of a bunch of skulls. Every skull looks like it was placed there with a purpose. After burning Eric's body, Dr. Kelsan gives Spike his skull and tells him to put it on the pyramid too. Spike is still in shock. He does what he's told without saying a word. Then Kelsan turns to the baby. Spike tells him the baby isn't infected. Hearing this, Dr. Kelsan is completely shocked. This is a huge discovery. It means there's still a chance for humanity to survive on this island. But the baby needs milk to stay alive. She won't last long on water. The doctor checks Isla and his face gets serious. He sadly tells Isla that she has cancer and it's spread way too much. He says with modern technology from the old days, maybe it could have been treated, but she still wouldn't have been completely okay. And now there's no chance at all. Spike gets upset and tells Kelsan to find a way. Save my mom no matter what. But Isla knows deep down that she's gonna die. When Spike starts to cry, his mom hugs him and tries to calm him down. Then she puts the baby in Spike's hands. Dr. Kelsan comes to her. He tells Isla that he can give her a painless death. She won't suffer. She'll just go to sleep peacefully. When Isla agrees, she's given an injection. Isla passes away without any pain or fear. Spike isn't there at the time. He's a little way off with the baby. A little later, Kelsan gives him his mom's skull. Spike takes it and climbs the pyramid to put it on top. He quietly says, "Mom, I will always love you." As soon as morning comes, they feel that the Alpha is back. He's super angry. Dr. Kelsan takes Spike and the baby and hides underground. But the Alpha catches Kelsan. Spike immediately grabs a sedative and sticks it into the creature. This saves Kelsan's life. Kelsan thanks Spike and says he has to keep going now. Spike continues on his journey, and about 28 days later, he reaches the gate of his town. There he leaves the baby with a note. The note says, "Don't look for me, just take care of this baby." He also wrote the baby's name on it, Isla, after his mom. Across the sea, Jamie doesn't want to lose his son again, but the waves are too strong. It's impossible to cross. He yells as loud as he can, trying to reach Spike, but his voice is drowned out by the waves. His son is already gone. In the forest, Spike is alone, cooking a fish over a small fire. Just then, the danger comes back. An infected person sneaks up on him, but Spike takes him down. Then more infected people show up, and just as his father taught him, Spike keeps shooting arrows. Just then, another man shows up and praises his kill. A lot of infected people start coming after them now. Spike is about to fall. There's no way to run. Just then, the man and the rest of his crew jump into the fight and take out all the infected people. The man says his name is Jimmy. He tells Spike that if he's alone, he can stay with them. So Spike also finds a new home. If you like the video, like it and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one.